So, the Moomins have been a long-lasting thing that I have held with me ever since I started actually really diving deep into it. Even when it comes to everything down to the comics, it has been pretty entertaining. It's not bad. I've been fanning for a while. In all honesty, I would say this is the best thing to ever come out of a lesbian woman. It has its own creativity, even down to the very character designs that Tove came up with. I'm talking name-wise, because it doesn't take much to draw an OC from inspiration out of something. Cause what the f is a Hattie Fattener? Even when it comes down to background characters, they manage to have some quirky and unique looks, even if some of them are ugly as shit. Over the course of literal decades, the Moomins have had a nice, glorious run with its evolution. Given that the Moomins have also had their fair share of controversy around them, which did turn some people away from them, but ultimately those past controversies never got Moomin Corp stomped out or anything. And even then, the animated series made people's childhoods. It was genuinely a good sight to see. So, knowing all the information I just told you, from my admiration of Tove to my obsession with the Moomins, as you can obviously tell, even with me bringing up the Moomins' evolution, this video can only go one specific way. What the f is this? Now, this video was pretty much a prophecy waiting to happen, considering I put this under lethal scrutiny in the past, mainly because the overall 2019 series is just super corny. Given the fact that the 3D Moomins was just a remake, it does everything that the 1990s series does, but just completely downgrades it, and I can't even hide it anymore to this point because literally everything about this series pisses me off. The voice actors are garbage, the animation is garbage, and most of the niggas off bat look ugly as f. Before I go on a massive critical spree here, we have to understand one very important thing here. Voice acting is a lot like rapping. You have to go through multiple voice lines, redo some lines to sound good. Maybe if there's a line that sounded corny or you didn't like it, you could just redo it. Only thing is, these lines are completely ass, and I am simply not settling for this garbage ass remake. To put it simple, Moomin Corp, what were you doing? All this entire series has been was just... And if I put it into perspective, Brody, I am simply not settling for this Bodine bullshit. Now, before I move on, I would like to subject you guys to what I've been subjective to while watching this series, because in all honesty, it is objectively bad.
I suppose it's safe to let you out now. Air holes. Whoops. Sorry about that. Terribly wild and cruel and wicked, aren't you? Yeah. Perhaps we could do some training before Snufkin arrives.
To whoever cooked up this atrocity in the process in the making of this, maybe try passing the f***ing ball, bitch. Before I get into my other criticisms of the show and how to make it better, here's another example of shitty voice acting. This show's about trash as a bitch. Ooh, oh my gosh. Somebody execute these niggas, bro. This shit about trash as a bitch.
Moomin Troll, what are you doing here?
Thought you'd had enough of me.
I just wanted to check that you're all right.
Of course I'm all right. I've got a fire going with the help of dried beans, which is one of my fire lighting top tips, by the way.
You need to be careful. You don't want to cause an avalanche. Well, if you're sure you're okay, I'll leave you alone.
Good, which is one of my fire lighting top tips, by the way.
Yeah, okay, buddy, nice one. Nice. Soon as I saw that corny ass name, Taron Egerton, yeah, that nigga's not cooking shit. I'm not sure if the characters' roles were a bit aged up in some form or way, but some of the characters' personalities are slightly butchered, or their goal is to make them sound like a bunch of Twinkies. But I say slightly as in a very slight tink, not like that they fucked up the entire cast. They obviously didn't, they were cooking. Somebody just spilled a little bit too much sugar in their Frosted Flakes. Yeah, I did mean that specifically towards this show. It's another one of those 3D shows that try to appear to woke people through kids media. Basically taking a page out of Disney and Nickelodeon's book. I will specify this criticism straight afterward though. I am referring to adding LGBTQ or changing the race of a specific character to fit its woke agenda. The former is the case for this specific scenario, but it's confusing, mainly because this show has a large audience of kids and is targeted towards kids. And to buy the books, you have to go into the kids section? Like, what? Left-leaning people are super weird.
In episode 2 of Moomin Valley, Snork Maiden says that snowdrops represent hope and the return of loved ones.
Herald the return of loved ones.
And additionally, they can show sympathy for someone who's struggling. Here in Snufkin's snow hallucination, these right here could possibly be blooming snowdrop. Moomin Troll's rug in Moomin Valley has the colors of the trans flag, and Mizabel was voiced by a trans woman. Moomin says here that bark boats are romantic, and he's overjoyed when he receives one from Snufkin along with a letter.
Moomin x Snufkin. I could totally just not explain this and just move on, but I want to take this section as sort of an opportunity to give evidence supporting the ship. So,
In your room, you say?
But I didn't want to miss springtime in Moomin Valley.
What did you do?
I'll tell you later.
I know you're on your way to the Moomin Valley to see all your friends. The hedgehog told me the Moomins stayed out for most of the winter, just waiting for you to come back. Now, isn't that wonderful?
What?
What about Moomin's favorite?
you know what? Everything in Moomin is basically evidence.
Unsurprisingly, the next example I'm about to show y'all here is in the exact same fucking clip where I used it as an example of their crappy voice acting.
I do miss you too, you know? When I'm up here.
You do?
Of course. I think about you all the time. I think about our summer adventures.
Naturally.
And all of our other friends.
Well, quite.
But Moomin Troll,
Yes?
I really do.
Wasn't me that time.
As I said, man, it's really corny how they try to appeal to them through a kid's audience. Like, this is just really weird. This just leads up to another specific critique of mine, which is that the audience is just super inconsistent. These people cannot decide whether they want to please grown, quirky queers or they want to make people's childhoods. It's genuinely super annoying. And realistically, why the f*** couldn't you find any other piece of media to make this apparent to? Why are y'all only proving their points further when LGBT is at an alarming proximity to little kids? And why couldn't you find any adult media to portray this in? Better yet, why are y'all trying to justify this? You just sound like you know that they're guilty of doing this. I'm not even joking. These people were trying to talk crazy. You do not sound comfortable with the stance that you're using. You're just proving me right further. You're doing the work for me. And Tove is not safe from this either. She literally wanted the target audience to be little kids, and specifically hated the first Japanese animated series for having adult themes. So why the f*** would she make this the target audience? And why does she have this message apparent in it? It is weird. The problem is not gay people exist. I mean, I don't agree with their lifestyle, but I don't care if they make the choice on their own. But Tove makes her actions apparent, and it speaks for itself. This is not another case where you can compare a natural process to an unnatural one and bring up Snork Maiden and Moomin. The problem is that they're prancing around in places where they're not supposed to be prancing around to. My favorite part of the video, goosey. First things first. Pick better voice actors, please. Over half of the cast sounded completely embarrassing. As I said earlier, they had their personalities down. They were cooking. The voice actors just sound like bums they picked off the street. And really, every single one of them make me want to croak. It's not just Moomin's voice actor. You guys realize this. Every single one of them f***ing suck. We can take a look at Tutiki and compare his 90s voice actor to the one they had currently in 2019.
Come on, Minnie, we're here already. This is Moomin house. Come on in, Minnie, and meet Moomin. Oh?
I found this. It's a note from Ninny, asking for someone to rescue her from her nasty aunt.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty sure somebody who hates the voice acting just as much as I do tuned out like 5 minutes ago. As I said earlier, the 3D renders themselves are like very ugly, and you know that they have potential to do something way bigger than this. It's not just these problems I have. Take a look at the official rendering they did for the show in 2019, and take a look at what they're posting on their YouTube shorts. Okay then, see, look at them! You 3D niggas got robbed! I feel bad for people who genuinely enjoyed the show just to see the shorts, man, I'm not gonna lie. Because their YouTube shorts could have been something better than this. They could have made a huge new series out of it, and it would have gained them more popularity, along with new fans. It's a wholesome, cute series, and they kept it that way with these shorts! They could make full episodes out of these! Even people in the comments under the shorts love this style, so what are you niggas waiting for? You don't even have to use that bullshit ass YouTube shorts popularity mechanism. I know you don't. So chop chop, two tickies, little mice, snorks and grokes. Y'all got plenty of time in that studio to make something new. Pop off. Chop chop, nigga. To put it short, this series just has no substance to it. It does remake the entire concept of the Moomins, which is a bunch of friends that love to go on adventures, but really, the way they did it in the design and the voice acting is just unbearable. They got the characters' personalities down, they were just too busy sniffing their own fucking ass and wondering how to please woke mob people instead of actually just having fun. And really, its potential didn't even enter the fucking room. Alright bro, I gotta hurry this video up. I gotta get this trash ass series out of my video editor. This has been Moomin. Thank you for watching. Love y'all. Peace.